All right, Shalom. We the Brothers of Great Millstone, the church in Birmingham, Alabama. And as always, I want to begin by giving all praise, honor, and glory
to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakakadash.
Yeah, the ancient Hebrew tongue knows to be the correct names of the Heavenly Father, His only begotten Son, and the Holy Spirit. Also, I'd like to give double honors to our teachers, the head apostles, and the elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there, and as always, the believers. So yeah, as you can see, we're back once again through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shai. You know, for those of you who are considered somewhat close to the ministry, then you know what the overtone of this setting is all about. You know, but for those of you who might be new to this thing, well, pretty much this gathering is dedicated to bringing, you know, the proper perspective of the Holy Scriptures, you know, casting light upon the parables of Yahweh Shai. You know, the dark sayings, the prophecies, which entails the destruction of America. You know, and that might be a far-fetched idea, and just the message being repetitive in itself, you know, almost to the point of ad nauseum, right? It might bring about a certain level of contempt. You know, you get antsy, you want to hear some juicy news, you're tired of hearing about, you know, the plagues, the perils, and the destruction. But this is how the word was meant to go forth. Oh, we spoke about that at camp briefly yesterday concerning the walls of Jericho, right? Joshua, the 6th chapter, how pretty much it was the 7th day when it came tumbling down, but that represented the completion, you know? It was a maturation which had a fullness to it. So that's the time we're in now. We're in the time, really, this is like the 7th scene, so to speak, right? Because we know it don't have to be numerology 7, you know, in the numerological sense, but the number 7 itself just represents completion, right? That's why Scripture speaks about the 7 seals, you know, being open and whatnot. But pretty much we're in a time where the nations will have their run, it will come to an end, it will be completed, and the kingdom of heaven will be ushered in. See, matter of fact, let's start off with Ezekiel 36 and 5, I want to say. Because who will be ruling at the time of the end? It will be Esau, so-called white man. So that in itself serves as a token, one of the many prophecies, one of the many signs and wonders that prove that a new reality is on the horizon, which again will be in the form of the kingdom of heaven. So you got that? Okay, come on.
Ezekiel 36 and 5. Therefore, thus says the Lord, Yahweh Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy have I spoken against the residue of the heathen.
Right, the residue of the heathen, man. Right, go ahead.
And against all Idumea.
And all Idumea being a Greek word for Edom. So when you consider the heathen perfected, is in the form of Idumea. So in the fire, read that again from the top.
It said, therefore, thus says the Lord, Yahweh Shai, surely in the fire of my jealousy.
Right, so that jealousy is going to be climaxed with fire. Go ahead.
I have spoken against the residue of the heathen and against all Idumea.
Hey, that's why the message is a direct attack against the so-called white man. All of his atrocities, his ill dealings and treacherous acts, right? It's pretty much an effort to condemn this man. That's nothing more than the Lord speaking against, right, the heathen and all Idumea. Go ahead.
It says, which have appointed my land unto their possession with joy of all their heart, with despiteful minds to cast out for a prey.
Yeah, so with that joy. So these devils, along with the other nations, they pretty much they benefited from the fall of Israel. It tells you that in the parable of Lazarus and the rich man, for an example, where the dogs licked the sores of Lazarus. Right? They benefited from Israel being brought low. So they pretty much sung a song of triumph. Let's get that real quick in our Job. Triumphing. Yeah, they sung a song. Them devils didn't pity us, man, as well as the other nations. They don't care about the condition you're in. Right? You looking to get some sympathy from the nations. But they don't care because they understand that Israel being at the bottom assures them being on top. The moment the Lord's favor is bestowed upon us, then that's going to mark the start of their ending. Come on.
Job 20:4. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon earth, that the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment?
Can we look up a couple of those words there? Joy and triumphant. Anybody got some? Yeah, come on.
This book of Lamentations, chapter 2 and verse 16. All thine enemies have opened their...
Speak up, Baba Bashar.
It's like Lamentations 2 and 16. All thine enemies have opened their mouth against thee. They hiss and gnash the teeth.
Right, man. That's a vivid illustration of the relationship between Israel and the other nations. Right? From the extreme of Esau and his legislations and laws that set up directly to affect us as a people, to just some damn gook in a nail salon talking in another language, right? They see the nigga woman, they start talking shit about him. One of these fucking Elamites, Ishmael, you go in their store, they talking in another language, they talking shit about you. That's your enemies opening their mouth against you. And Esau is the worst. When you read Psalms 83, he's at the head of that campaign, right? And I'm gonna tell you something I noticed lately. You notice these commercials, just regular, it could be a fucking insurance commercial that served as a symbol of just the red-blooded American as apple pie, right? It used to be a commercial where the song in the background was whistling, or right. Now it's just a rap nigga. It's a trap music. Yeah, true. What's the guys? I forget these little niggas. Yeah, they're in the same ballpark with them, but oh man, it's this commercial I was just watching. The guys, they made I don't got no type, them little niggas. Them guys. But they got the other song too. Anyway, it was the backdrop of the commercial. I said, what is this? Right?
Yeah.
That's Esau trying to bring Jake back. They trying to conjure up. They leaning heavy on their witchcraft and their sorcery right now. And that music, right, that's a part of it. The entertainment, or they bringing Good Times back. Netflix, Good Times was, that those so-called Jews wrote that script, you know? And it was set up an effort to establish a mindset in Israel that you got to sell it, nigga.
That's it. What your life is going to be about.
Right. You come accustomed to that. So if you want to get out of the ghetto, you have to be extraordinary now. It's almost like you don't need a divine intervention now, because that's what they was drilling in their head, you know. So they going back to the old formula, you know. They trying their best to bring that spell on Jacob, which Scripture speaks about. Those, it will be no enchantments. Can we get that real quick? Against. Now, does that mean all of Jacob? No, that's going to work on the 2/3. The 2/3 are going to ultimately succumb to the advances of Esau, right? But the Israelites of the Most High will not be taken, right? Come on, out. Somebody can get that. At least the very elect be deceived. Bible shot. Yep. Oh, Spirit, come on out. Oh, you just had. Okay, Tom, you got it.
Yeah. Matthew 24:24. But there shall arise false anointed and false prophets, and shall show great signs and wonders. And so much that, if it be possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
So the elect will not be deceived no matter what, right? No matter how polished up the presentation might be, somebody have an emphatic video. Nate come running in. Did y'all see that? Like, that's not gonna. The elect not gonna be taken by that. Or Esau's advances. It's running out of steam. Pretty much even the nations have grown tired of it. He's naked now. Everybody knows it's pretty much just a damn spectacle, yeah. But first and foremost, the Israelites of the Most High, the elect, the believers of Yahushua, which translates to those who subscribe to this doctrine, we're not going to be swayed by none of those advances. See? Come on.
Numbers 23, verse 23. Surely there is no enchantment against Jacob, neither is there any divination against Israel.
Right, and as it relates to this lifetime, that Jacob and Israel applies to the elect. Because again, the 2/3 are already taken. They already through. See?
If I may, that's one of those curses that were lifted upon us concerning being smitten with madness. So this, that's one of those things that, that was part of that miracle. Yahweh really broke us from that mindset.
Right.
Well, they say blindness and madness too, right?
Kind. Yep.
I just want to add.
Yep. Kind.
So I was shot said, blessed are your eyes.
Yeah, kind.
So that's heavy, man. One of those plagues that so often rested upon our people. We broke that generational curse. You always hear Jake talk about the generational curse. Your son, he broke it. He the one went to college. And that's a block too, man. Right? They use that as the symbol of you breaking it. The nigga went to Morehead State, or right? Oh yeah, Bethune, because the nigga got paperwork for Bethune. You gotta know that. That's what, that's where the generational curse started. Boom. I mean, that was broken out, right? That's where the start of that redemption was at.
And I got a quick, simple Google definition of the word enchantment. It says the state of being under a spell, magic.
Right. The land of the Chaldeans.
Exactly.
Right. Oh, can we get that real quick, breaking his images? Because everything is set up here to woo you. Right? Even the serpent who beguiled Eve, and there was things concerning her eyes, it was pleasing to her eyes, and it snared her. So without Yahushua, without that covering, you pretty much game, right? They call it game for a hunter. Well, see, we hidden in Yahushua. And them devils know that. That's why eventually they're going to have to resort to their main attribute, and that's the sword. They're going to come at us with violence, right? They should come down with great wrath. Yeah, kind. You got that?
Book of Jeremiah 50, verse 2.
Oh, so like, if I may, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon, the 2nd chapter, right? Esau reasoning with himself. He came to the conclusion that it's certain spirits that are not like them. It says they are not like other men. Their ways are of another fashion. So there's a certain level of constancy, steadfast. We stubborn in righteousness. You can't pay us off. You can't give us a bag or. Come on.
Kind. Book of Jeremiah, chapter 50, verse 2. It reads, declare ye among the nations and publish, and set up a standard, publish, and conceal not.
Right. That's this lifetime. How do we know that? Because look at all these different forms of, you got these apparatus where you can actually go public. You could be in a studio apartment somewhere in a rural area, right? You could do a video and when you match upload in public, now it's thrust out there for everybody to see. So what we read about is prophetic. It's concerning his lifetime. Go ahead.
Say, Babylon is taken.
That's the message. Go ahead.
Bel is confounded.
Mm-hmm.
Merodach is broken in pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Her idols are confounded.
Right, we're consuming the idols here. Oh, just as Asa did. He broke up the idols. He got rid of all the sodomites out of the land.
Yep.
Go ahead.
It says her images are broken in pieces.
Her images are broken in pieces, man. Right? What's a part of her images? Television, what they show you, a visual, right, that plays on the psyche of the people. Because in the ancient world, they would be the more emphatic the image looked. That's why, they'll make these big crazy images to capture your attention.
Yeah.
Like people were frozen with fear. Like in Daniel the 3rd chapter, But now you have these images of the Chaldeans that's in the form of these shows, TV shows, right? Music or whatever. And it was set up to consume the people. But mainly the prize is Israel, right? The prey meets the predator meets the prey is pretty much Jacob versus Esau. So really all this shit was set up to keep Israel in further derision, man. But we're in a time where those idols and those images is being broken, to the benefit of the elect. Because if you subscribe to these teachings, man, that have no bearing on you. There's nothing these devils can do at this point. That's broken, man. Like the same things that had our people just in that sunken place, that holds no weight with us. So is it on that? I can't. We can go back here and we got anything else?
I got it.
Mm-hmm.
It's Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 22. And ye shall defile also the covering of thy graven images of silver, and the ornaments of thy molten images of gold. Thou shalt cast them away as a minstrel's cloth.
If I may, just going back, it said, you read that first part again, Bible Shah?
Ye shall defile also the coverings of thy graven images of silver, and the ornament of thy molten images of gold.
And those are things we held fast in the world, as high esteem, as high value, such as what today is Easter. Nigga, until he'll invest his time, energy, money into this day right here.
Oh, that's right, it's Easter.
Yeah. But as we take a step back, it's really an abominable thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
As we was once a part of that thing, it was held in high esteem, we weren't investing into it. You once looked for eggs or whatever the case may be.
Okay.
But now, as we came into this truth, our mind has been washed. We see that this is an abominable thing, man. You got it, right?
Thou shalt cast them away as a minstrel's cloth.
And that's what it is. Because it's contrary to the ways of Yahweh Shemel Shah. Because look at the results of following the ways of this devil, man. And that's why you got moles and they're violent, just all types of things, but it's the results is death, ultimately. You got it out.
Thou shalt say unto it, get thee hence.
Yep, and that's what you do, and that's why once you see it, you cast it away as a dirty rat, because you see that's an abominable thing. You abstain from it as an abomination, man. You ain't gonna deal with no like spit. You see spit on the ground, you ain't finna. You realize it's spit. You ain't finna go touch on it. Your crap, you ain't finna deal with. And that's what this place is, man.
Mm-hmm.
You get polluted, you get defiled when you do.
Uh-huh.
The Lord requires us to be holy and pure.
Yep.
And so any little thing we touch, we got that we subject to be defiled based upon the thing you touch, based upon the philosophy you go by, based upon the doctrine you believe in. So you see, this thing is like the brother just said. Babylon is a room filled with perverse things.
Right. Yeah.
And they all say, touch me.
Matter of fact, what's that scripture what it is? He that took the pitch.
Yeah.
You got that. About the side, you got that. God.
It's the book of Sirach 13:1. He that touch a pitch shall
Who
be.
was that pitch? He's that filth thing in what's that 2 Corinthians
6:6, yes.
God.
Also in the book of Job, we can bring an unclean, clean out of unclean.
Yep. That's the devil, man. Because that's what he do. He's the polluter. Yeah.
The squatter.
To destroy the squatter.
The ultimate squatter.
Squatters.
The-
4 hour movie.
Was it that
You at the edge of your seat. Oh shit.
And that's why the scripture talk about fire so much. The fire is here to purify what? All that filth that you done laid out.
That's it.
I got some real quick.
God.
Oh, you
Oh yeah,
got
that's
real-
like
yeah.
some
Oh,
other.
yeah.
It's a little bit
Read
more.
that again out. Slow.
Sirach 13:1. He that touch a pitch shall be defiled therewith,
Mm-hmm.
and he that have fellowship with the proud man
Yep.
shall be like unto
And
him.
see that, and that show you that's who that dirty guy,
Right.
that dirty thing is, that proud man.
It give you the characteristics.
Mm-hmm. Yep, kind of. Also, what it says that in Sirach the 10th chapter, he that is proud,
Yeah.
he pour out abominations.
Right.
And that's evil. Even though this day, what they call this day, also fall on the Tran day.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Oh wow. Oh, so this is
It was like a, you know what I mean?
wow,
It
in
was-
conjunction with the
yeah, it was
LGBT.
that versus that.
Wow.
You know what I
So
mean?
that's you run to this or that.
Yeah. And you seen Vine took the side of the
Wow.
L's, you know what I mean?
Trump,
Yeah.
Trump making Bibles.
Yeah. And Trump making the Bible
Yeah, to
side.
comfort the people.
Yeah.
That's heavy, man.
Yeah. But you seen abominations pouring out from the proud, and
Mhm.
and the people hold fast to his ways, results in more dirt, and abominations, man. That's why you can't talk to average Americans without losing it. That's why you got to keep it brief, keep it simple. You know.
Oh, what's that? Ecclesiastes 1:17. I gave my mind to no folly.
Yep.
We had to go through this experience. We had to
Mhm.
know folly.
Yep.
And matter of fact, can we get that real quick?
Uh,
And you can expound on it as well. Because that's vexing.
Yep.
Right? The light and darkness don't mix. That's one of the things that should irk you if you're a man of wisdom, or profess to have light. Darkness should be a enemy.
Right.
Especially if someone groping, right?
Uh,
They come, with some crazy bugged out doctrine. The Nephilim is, that really, that kind of works on you. Yeah, come on. You got that? Matter of fact, it's the 17th verse. Start at the 16th verse.
This is Ecclesiastes, chapter 1, and that's all about somebody. Ecclesiastes 7.
Yeah, I
I
think
got one in 16.
Yeah,
Please.
You got is it 1 and 16?
Yeah,
Okay, come on, whoever got it first.
I got you. It's Ecclesiastes 1 and 16. It said, I commune with my own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate.
Now that's it. I come to great estate. He came into great wisdom. Now, why is all of a sudden there's a body of men that's under the banner of great millstone? Right? Come on.
And had gotten more wisdom than all they that had been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart had great experience of
Great.
wisdom.
A great experience of wisdom. So when you come into that great experience of wisdom, it entails understanding folly as well. Matter of fact, continue.
And knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly.
And to know madness and folly, man. So that's a part of this journey we have embarked on. Now we're in a phase where we have to give our mind to no folly. You have to know your enemy, right? Which the scriptures say Esau was the children of fools, So that's the source that pour out those abominations. Esau. You got it?
I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit.
And that's why you said you lose it when you talk to them. But you have to be under the teachings of this great king right here, Solomon. You're going to have the same outlook as he had because you're pretty much a student. Like somebody said, you're a student. Oh, well, they said that in the book of Acts, they perceived them to be, that's like, right, they had been with Yahweh. Because they shared those same characteristics, same thing that hurt Yahweh and vexed him and vexes us. Hey, that's why Yahweh flipped over those tables when those with them crazy niggas was up in there, man. And this head, you can go back in time, you look, you can see who's who, like you had a dream or something. You see Deacon your call in there with a scale, with a balance weighing coins. That's why now we with them niggas, right? Because we all got a portion of that spirit of Yahweh, which by the way had to be cut. You know, you have something so pure. You can't get it in this pure. You got to cut that, man. So the Lord dispersed that energy between all these different spirits. And it's somewhat tolerable. You can't even tolerate the little portions of it, right? Your roommate, you know, if you're in the world, right? If you, at some point, he's not going to really tolerate you. That nigga here, Strong's G, you know, coming out. I mean, you gotta have a little, you know what I mean? But hey, you know, he offended me now, you know. Nigga on the phone, there I go again, man.
Is that?
Yeah. Right.
Like Proverbs 29 tell you the contrast between the just and the unjust. Mm-hmm. Right, like you say, every time you look around, you hear Strong's G. You various lexicon. You know what I'm saying? And he ended up playing some.
Right, man.
What it is you call that? What the artist you call?
Ray Shrimmer.
Yeah, Ray Shrimmer. You know what I'm saying? You vexed, but you got wisdom though. You come in bobbing your head. You know what I'm saying? Oh, well, okay. Yeah. But really within, you want to chop his motherfucking head off.
Right.
Yeah, because he's an abomination unto you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And you an abomination unto him. Mm-hmm. Abomination means filthy thing. So the truth is a filthy thing to the unjust.
And that's so that if you genuinely, right, because if you got these different groups, they able to coexist with the world. That proves that they genuinely, the scriptures say that if any man love the world, he have not the love of the Father in him. He don't have this information, right? But you find yourself biting your lip, like, and that's that real, genuine indignation spirit of Yahweh Shema sound. Because you see what Solomon said. I gave my mind in no folly, and I hated it. It was vexation, man. Yeah. That's why we'll put up curses on somebody who come up against us. And if people can't really, right, they can't get it. That's that spirit of Solomon, that's somebody bring up a point. What about this verse? And they try to make sense of it, and it's folly. You might not do it publicly, but you say, if it's a proud person that don't want to come off their stance, you say Salat, right? Now, for the ones who don't know, like the bugged out, let's say if it was a little boosty, you'll just probably tell them straight up, hey, Salat, right on to you, brother. Come on, let me pray. Right. Well, scripture say pray for your enemy. Yeah, come on.
It say on verse 18, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increases sorrow. Them go hand in hand. That's the believers' experience in Babylon. Increased sorrow and increased grief. The whole day, and as Ella was speaking about Yahweh Shah flipping them tables, if you click on a GMS video, it feel like a table flipping.
Yeah.
Some channels is table flipping channels, man.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna
That
get a
might be a
big.
channel.
Yeah.
We created a channel event.
Oh yeah.
GMS flipping table.
Flipping tables. It's
We don't care. You get suspended.
Yeah.
Get it out. You get suspended and all that on it. You know, you can make another one. Yeah, you got
That's
Yeah.
that grief and that sorrow. Oh yeah, go ahead.
I was just going back to that. Like I said, St. Matthew tried to tell us about those that hunger for righteousness,
Yeah.
will grieve for the wickedness that's going on upon planet Earth. You know, you see this vexation experience. You see that people think that this the norm.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this society. You know, this shit is really crazy as hell, man.
Like a bad dream.
Yeah. So like, yeah, this shit really crazy as hell, man. That's why we're hungry. We hasten into that day because ultimately it's gonna be really a such thing, a literal thing where you can, what's that saying? A breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
That's figurative now.
Yeah.
You can't even say that literal. Yeah.
It's gonna be literal.
Yeah, you cannot get a breath of fresh air. That's figurative. That's wishful, you know. That might as well be a sci-fi movie, you know what I mean? That's how far-fetched that is. Just as a reality of getting to Mars, you know what I mean? You got anything else?
That was it.
If there's nothing else, we can go back. Oh, you have something? You got something like that? All right, come on.
This is Psalms 12 and 8 in the NLT. Even though the wicked strut about and evil is praised throughout the land.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, read it one more time.
Psalms 12 and 8 in the NLT. Even though the wicked strut about and evil is praised throughout the land.
Right. And hey, you could apply that to this present life, man. Wickedness is praised, right? They pretty much reverence drill music.
Mm-hmm.
Or we were speaking about the graduation picture, right? When you had motherfuckers with weapons, and they said that the broad got, I believe she got. What happened? She lost her scholarship. Yeah, good man. She lost her scholarship. That's good. Just thought she was gonna be a damn pediatrician. Good man. Good. Yeah, they'll throw that out there like you're supposed to have some form of sympathy. Yeah. You know what? It'll be a bunch of niggas though. They'll come out and they'll protest. True. They'll get behind her, so she's a good person.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech. Yeah, freedom of speech.
I ordered a bullshit bottle.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, because you even hear that amongst Jack. I'm with you when you right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah.
I hate that spirit, man.
Yeah.
That's some nigga shit, man. Right? That's what niggas will do. They stand for wickedness, man. Like they rallied behind the nigga who wouldn't cut his hair at the school.
Yeah.
People told the people didn't do nothing. They told nigga cut your hair, man. And they came in with a big bob. And then you had all these celebrities and different motherfuckers came to his aid. Why? What's that? I believe it was in Texas. Yep. But why did they come to his aid? Because really they rally around rebellion. Anything that's against a form of structure and order, Jake with it.
True.
Right?
That's a nigga for you. Right?
Yeah, that's a nigga, a complete nigga.
No discipline.
Right. And they really have taken on Esau. They've taken on the image of Esau, the covering of the so-called white man. That's why it's guns everywhere, rebellion. If it's a form of structure, they totally against it. Which the ultimate form of structure is this doctrine. That's why it's likened to a tower, a building, a construction, the temple. That's order, that's structure. Man, Jake hate that. That's why we hate you. And that's pretty much the X factor in this whole thing. Because usually they used to somebody with a Bible saying, I love you, and I'm gonna pray for you, brother. Like, turn the other cheek, like, which they don't understand that concept. right? You cuss out a Christian and they'll say, I'm gonna pray, you know what I mean? I love you too. Then you ask them, man, we're leaving. We used to do that a lot at the campus. When Christians come up and they say, I love you, we'll ask them right then. It's a trick question. You got $50?
So you love me.
Yeah, you love me. You know what I'm saying? That's a bunch of BS, but that's what the detractors used to, getting that type of response. But with us, the Lord said he made our forehead just as hard as them. We turn around and say, we hate you too, nigga.
Yeah,
Right, but they want to go get the scrap.
Yeah.
But you know, now the spirit is that's not even the spirit right now amongst the churches. We're not even dealing with people. You know, people walking by want to debate, we ain't even dealing with you. A lot of times you see somebody come up, you just, you kind of dumb it down, get a little quiet, hoping they'll go away. Yeah, come on. Oh, sorry, you want to point?
No, I got something.
Okay.
If whoever was reading, y'all finish.
Okay, come on.
This is Habakkuk 1, and the title says Chaldeans used to punish Judah. It says Habakkuk 1:1, the burden which Habakkuk did, the prophet did see. O Lord, how long shall I cry, and thou wilt not hear? Even cry out unto thee of violence, and thou wilt not save. Why dost thou show me iniquity, and cause me to behold grievance? For spoiling and violence are before me, and there are that raise up strife and contention. Therefore the law is slack, and judgment doth never go forth. You can see where his animosity or his grudge was with the fact that these people was just unruly as hell, man.
Right.
When you trying to be ruly, it's like you got a nice neighborhood and your new neighbor just moved in and here go the noise. Boom, boom. It's 10:35 or it's 1 a.m.
He just woke up at 10:30. And you going to sleep. That's the contrast.
The faint smell of black and mild.
Oh, yeah. You start seeing them, we call it rat dropping. You see a chip, a black and mild chip. Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. With the oil on it. That was wet. Yeah, he really had it. That was a nigga right there.
Yup. And the point is, you got the ruly versus the unruly. And this is what became a vexation to Habakkuk during this time. You had these worthless Chaldeans ruling, and the way they rule is letting judgment never go forth, man. And here we go. America encompasses the Chaldeans, man. The Chaldeans' excellencies, right? And the virgin daughter of Babylon. America encompasses the vibration of all these ancient cities because this is the same place where violence and spoiling going forth. Right. You see it with squatters. That's the spoiling. Hey, somebody liable to take your home from you while you're on vacation. You come back, depending on what state you in. And it say for spoiling or violence or before me. Just the fact that these things happen in front of your face, man, is what makes you tired, will aggravate you. So yeah, we ain't got that complacent spirit in Babylon, which more wisdom come more grief. So you can see who the wise is amongst the Babylonians. They the most vexed. They the most angry, disappointed at the basic things, right? At anything. Now you got to stop and consider, all right, why this person, what is this man angry about? What is this man mad about? He looked like he angry at something. He probably got some sense to him. And then you can have a conversation with him. He upset about what's going on in the town, in the city, and all this shit too. What's going on with Esau? You still got a lot of Jakes in the pockets out there that hate Esau, man. They in the pocket. You don't really hear about them too often because they'll lose their job. They learn how to quiet it down. But they despise Esau still because they see the unrighteous dealings that's going on. They go on to say, therefore the law is slack and judgment doth never go forth. The wicked doth compass about the righteous. Therefore wrong judgment proceeded. And that in the LSC said the wicked far outnumber the righteous. And that's the situation we in. And that's why the Lord said, a remnant shall return unto him, man. Small number. That's a small number. That's the remnant and remainder are synonymous. The remainder is what's left over.
That's it.
You got it.
I got something real quick, bag you up. This is the book of Isaiah 59, verse 15. It reads, yeah, true fellow. And he that departed from evil, making himself a prey. And that's what happens once you repent. Pretty much become pray to become an enemy unto the world. That's why it talks about they speak evil of you because you don't run with them no more. Because they don't understand. To show you that really they the root beast.
Yeah.
And they can't get it. And only thing they can do is reject it.
Yeah.
A scoff at it, It said, and the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. And that's why that emotion also plays out through us. We're displeased there's no judgment taking place. That emotion also plays out through us.
Because we want to see, if I may, we want to see these trainees being stoned. Right?
Yes.
And when you really meditate upon those things, fuck shooting them down.
Yes.
That'll be the initial thought, just in the flesh initially. But then if you meditate in the spirit, start thinking about the law and how certain judgment will carry for you. Like, yeah, that'll be more suitable. Yeah. That guy should be stoned, but yet he's prancing around it. You got a fucking sitcom, right, dedicated to trannies.
Man.
So you have true men of the Lord, like the elder was going into, naturally, like organically, the fuck is this, man?
Yeah.
Why? Because judgment is slack. You're in agreement with judgment. You see? What's that? Psalms 89. It speaks about justice and judgment being the habitation of the Lord's throne. Now, when you go into the word habitation, one of the definitions that is basis, which basis goes like the grounds. So you might have one that say, hey, look, the basis of my argument is this, that, or the third. So the very basis of this thing is justice and judgment. And if that's not going forth, then that's the conflict right there. That's Sirach 33. I have set one against another.
Yep.
Right? Somebody can hold that as well. All right, come on. And then you got some too? All right,
2 Peter 2 and verse 7, it says, and delivered just Lot, vexed with the filthy conversation of the wicked, for that righteous man dwelling among them.
Right. St. John 17 coming out. The Lord said, I have not taken them out of the world. Right? I pray that they be taken out of the world, but be kept from the evil. So that was the same with Lot. Why? Because he had to follow the steps of Solomon. He had to give his mind to no folly, and then it gave off a reaction. He was vexed with it. But you see where it served as the very catalyst to his salvation.
Right.
Read that again.
Right. It says, for that righteous man dwelling among them, in seeing and hearing, vexed his righteous soul.
Yeah, you see the ads. Then you hear the drill music. Now you don't even have to, like I said, you don't have to subscribe to it or have it in your playlist. Now they pumping this shit through the commercial. Right. You gotta listen to it now.
Damn. So.
Right. And that one bro, I don't even listen to Sexy Red. I don't know what she's rap, right? But the one bra who we were talking about yesterday, to me, she exceeds Sexy Red. The bitch who was rapping about her last $50 going on. She said she ain't gonna pay for the Plan B. She just let the nigga ejaculate nut off in her, and the bitch said, she said in my mouth, let the nigga just nut in my mouth or up in me, and I'll just keep that 50 to get me a bag. And the bitch was rapping with the sonogram in her hand. And I could barely stomach it, right? But it was I was set against it.
Yes.
That's the only way I could tell you. And if I could,
reach through the
right? That's a lesson. If I could, right? You know what I would have did to that little? I would have ripped her head off, man. That blonde wig, it would have went flying.
Big old shoe print on the shoulder.
A construction boot. DNA in your nail, you scratch it. Yeah, come on.
It says,
But that's righteousness. That's righteousness.
Come on.
All right. That's what we found out. Righteousness is not that. True righteousness is established in justice, order. See, even when King Solomon, right? How the scriptures tell you how his kingdom was established. It was right after he had, I forgot his name, who ran to the mercy seat. He had Benaniah to chase him down and thrust him through right there. Come on.
it says, one more time from the top, it says, 2 Peter 2:8, for that righteous man dwelling among them in seeing and hearing vex his righteous soul from day to day.
No relief. Not like, okay, it's Tuesday, man. You ain't gotta hear that bullshit. Even on your so-called sacred days, like Sunday, Easter, right? It's supposed to be Easter, right? It's a gun. You don't hear a gunshot, man. Or some niggas gonna get in a brawl. Come on.
It says, vexed his righteous soul from day to day with their unlawful deeds. The Lord knoweth how to deliver the ungodly out of temptations, and to reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment. It says, and reserve the unjust unto the day of judgment to be punished.
That's why Esau pretty much came out unscathed in a lot of them different wars, because the Lord was reserving him for that big destruction. But yeah, what's the point there? You had a certain spirit. There was a spirit on this certain man, in particular lot, which caused him to be set against wickedness. It wasn't just Lot. No, righteous Lot. See? So, if you righteous, that means you vexed. You're asking me what's wrong with you. Right? I'm in the righteous spirit.
Right. Face balled up.
Right.
Pissed off.
You thumbing through man, mad as hell. These video, kids. Matter of fact, let's get that in that. You got that? Kind. I'm gonna kind of jump around.
Kind. Sirach, Ecclesiastes 33 and 14. Good is set against evil, and life against death.
Right, we're the carriers of life. This mindset is life. It breathes life. So by default, you're gonna hate death. And what really death is on display in the so-called black culture. That equals death. Everything that's wrong about the world is really captured in the form of our people. Envy, jealousy, right? There's no standards. Motherfuckers just, you in a different neighborhood. You're not from that neighborhood. Somebody step down on you. What set you claim? Everything that's wrong with life is really, Esau pretty much engineered Jake to be the carrier of it, the representation of it. So first and foremost, we're against our own people. That's where it started. Come on.
It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the God.
Again, they hate us, we hate them. The feeling is mutual. Go ahead. Matter of fact, go ahead.
It says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another.
Now jump down to the 17th verse.
It says, consider that I labor not for myself only, but for all them that seek learning.
Right. So you see what really the core and the source of this is one's mindset. Right. So when you consider the works of the Most High, which all of them is set against one another, from the sun rising to setting, and different animals, and right. But here in the realm of men, the source of that friction is those who are learned versus the unlearned. That's the light and darkness. Read that again.
It says, consider that I labor not for myself only, but for them, but for all them that seek learning.
Right. So again, all of us who seek this understanding, which that's not about ourselves, you was wired in such a way to desire wisdom. Well, the results of it, the fruit that yield forth from it, is you're going to hate darkness. And that's just to add to the elder point, if you really want to know who's righteous in this society, who's wise, Well, it's on display through the fact that they vexed. You see? And sometimes you don't even know their countenance. Right? You think you got a regular countenance and it's really like a frown. Right, yeah, you know. And somebody, you know, you think you kind of masking it. Somebody like, man, what's wrong, you know? I know, like, when I go up in the Golden Temple, they be clearing the way, like the Red Sea, they be get out of the way and shit. Like, right, what's wrong? I was looking, damn, I must be more. But, you know, it's real highly demonic in there as well. So the Lord have a certain spirit, forces that work, right, yeah.
They see the light come.
Yeah, they see that light. Or there was one woman, she said about 3 times, one of the ladies who work in the store, Edomite, a witch. Right. Y'all know her when you see her. She complimented me on how good I smelled like 3 times. I was like, what the fuck? She came through, smelled good, you know. Then she, a little later, I was on another eye, she said it again, you know. But, you know, the spirit, I was thinking like, yeah, man, that's that righteous, you know, that savor.
I definitely say that, that sweet savor, yeah.
You know, and she probably was in her witch mode, trying to do some shit.
Right. Couldn't do it.
And it was combated, you know. But yeah, you know, it's a disconnect, right? Everybody's not together here in America, and pretty much on the planet Earth for that matter. It's everybody against us. Get that real quick in Jeremiah.
I got one real quick.
Man, point. Yep, you got it.
Yep. I quoted it earlier. Proverbs 29 and 27. It says, "The unjust man is an abomination to the just, and he that is upright in the way is abomination to the wicked." Yeah, so it says, "He that is upright in the way." All right, there's only one way to be upright in. That's a straight and narrow path, man. You know, in the footsteps of Yahweh. So that by default puts the light upon us. Just like you said, you was going into a dark place, which is Golden Temple. All right, which, you know, they have things in there we want too, but like you said, the path was clearing. That was that darkness fleeing from the light, because that's how we walking. You know, we walking in the path of Yahweh, so that's walking in the path of the light. So that's an abomination unto them. You know, just like a creature of the dark, see light. You know, they get to screeching and hollering and scattering. That's the same way when darkness come around us, man. It's a filthy thing. You can smell it. You can smell the foul smell of a dark person. Just like she kept saying, you smell good. You know.
I got something real quick to back you up. This is the book of Psalm 119 and Salakia. In 104, it says, Salakia, through thy precepts I get understanding. Therefore I hate every false way.
Right. So we got the ultimate understanding, right? Because we understand the precepts that leads to a kingdom, man. Right? So it says, I hate what?
Therefore, I hate every false way.
And due to that ultimate understanding, which understanding is light itself. All right? And that promotes us to hate every false way, which is the ways of this world, which is the ways of Esau, man. And that's, we ain't hating like the world said, oh, you a hater. No, we hating in righteousness, man. It's like righteous life. You know, it's through vexation.
If I may, yeah, it's according to that standard, like it says in Romans the 12th chapter. It talks about what is acceptable according to Yahweh outside. And everything you see that's outside of this is really a stench. Because it really makes sense. You know, everything, you know, the truth makes sense. Everything outside of the truth is a stench.
That's it.
That leads to death.
That's it, bro.
And then going back to, we had to actually experience, you know, this place.
To appreciate
and we was presented this and we were like, man, come on, man. You know what I mean? Because now you see, that's why I say we seen it as a minister's call, that our past life, you know, dealing as that old path, you know.
Or you see a commercial or ad and they say bacon or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, what the fuck? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you hate it, but then on the flip side, you tell the motherfucker, no, I don't want bacon. And they hate you.
Exactly.
I got like Amos 5:15. Hate the evil and love the good.
That's what we do, man. We hate the evil, man. Which is really hating every damn thing out, like you said, everything outside of this truth, man. It's evil. If it don't pertain unto this truth, It's evil, man, because it pertains unto this world.
Right.
It's of this world. But going back to like you said, with that St. John 17, right? We in this world. Yahweh Shah prayed not to take us out of this world. But guess what? The scripture speaks about you can drink without. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. So we able to coexist in this world, right, and walks among the darkness, and you know all of the filth. But it's like like we got what it is, a repellent on us, just like a rain repellent. We got a darkness repellent on us.
The whole armor.
The whole armor. That's it. That's it.
Even how we move, the scripture talk about rise diligently, get thee home without delay. You know, rise be time.
That's it.
So get it. Yeah, I mean, we don't even like do it leaving amongst the people.
That's it.
You know.
Well, yeah, I hate being amongst the people.
You heard me. Oh man,
Lord, keep you vexed. Lord, no, I hate those butchers, right? You know, I always see one in a masculine role. Like I can't even see why I was working a pallet jack or like, and that's it. Vexed, man. Vexed.
That's one real quick.
Okay, come. This is Sirach 27 and the GNT.
Just going back. It's in the spirit, backing up what we saying. Call it out again.
That's Sirach 27:12 in the GNT. It says, when you find yourself with stupid people.
Read that again.
It says, when you find yourself with stupid people, look for some excuse to leave. It said, I gotta go.
Yeah. I'm talking about you make up anything.
Right.
You know, I'm talking about anything, something that's sensible though. You know what I'm saying? Something that makes sense. You might say, man, I got a flat. Man, I looked at my time before I came in, man. It was getting low. I got, you know, go ahead, bro. Yeah, that's it. Something like that.
Anything.
I ain't thinking
Come on with anything.
I'm thinking of that real talk. Man, it's about to rain, man. I got
Get laid out.
Free to get on the top.
Yeah. Free to get on the top.
it says, when you find yourself with stupid people, look for an excuse to leave. But when you are with serious-minded people, stay as long as you can.
When you find somebody like-minded with you, that person got to be a person of understanding.
Right.
That's the like-minded. You know what I'm saying? Someone, a holder of the light. We say you stay wet as long as you can.
That's continuing in the doctrine, pretty much.
That's it.
Because they wear out the doorstep.
That's it.
Right.
That's it.
Seek a man of understanding. Be times to his door.
I got some. This Jude 1:14, it says, and Enoch also, the seventh from Adam, prophesied of these, saying, behold, the Lord cometh with 10,000s of his saints to execute judgment upon all, and to convince all that are ungodly among them of all their ungodly deeds which they have ungodly committed, and of all their hard speeches with which ungodly sinners have spoken against him. These are murmurers, complainers, walking after their own lust, and their mouth speaketh great swelling words, having men's persons in admirations because of advantage. So you see, NLT say they brag loudly about themselves, and they flatter others to get what they want. And you see it going on too. You know, with the 9 to 5s and shit. You got the ass kisses, you got the brown noses, you got this whole world within the world of, you know, trying to make it, and then examine Hollywood. You know, do it. You could do a 10-part series on Hollywood and all the weird stuff going on there in the entertainment industry, and it's all being revealed now. But that stuff been going on, man. And you know, you got a lot of sick freakism. You got some freakism going on, and we just supposed to sit and just be like, well, you know, what every man chooses is his own. We tired of, you know, statements that y'all make. Like love is love. You can't stop love.
It's like they let you know they with them. Yeah.
Your own mouth condemns you. The Lord said you're gonna have to answer for every idle word, man. You allowed to be. You was incongruent with Babylon. You was incongruent. So you want to be that man in the kingdom that was okay with Babylon and this movement.
You associate you associated with the LGBTQ.
Yeah.
And,
By default.
and then mukbangs and
Mhm.
leggings, twerking. Now you associated with it.
You join into that.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. So you're gonna be stuff.
You're gonna be thrust through. Scriptures say, "Come out from amongst them."
You're gonna receive her plagues.
Right.
That's it.
And really, the exit is this word, the door, Yahweh Shai. It brings us into a realm, different reality than how the people operate. We often speak about that. The same thing that make people laugh and cry, it don't affect us over here. Kind of.
Amos 5:15, hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. Come, That's the first steps, man. You're gonna proclaim the downfall and the abominations of this place. That's Ezekiel. You know that Torah. It says that it may be it may be that the Lord of hosts will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph. That remnant of Joseph interchangeable with the elect. You know, it may be that Lord be gracious to you for crying out against the abomination that's done in the midst of us.
It's a very righteous thing to do, man.
Yep.
It's a pious thing. It's a just thing. It's a noble thing. It's a noble cause. You know, you can sleep at night. You know, a lot of people that can't sleep, man, they lying, they fronting, man. They doing it for a paycheck, whatever reason they sold out, they sold eating at them, man. The scripture said, what did you to gain? You sell your soul to gain the whole world, but sell your, lose your soul, man. You got your soul, you still got your spirit on you. Look at fucking Bobby Brown, look at all these guys that sold their soul, man. Eddie Murphy and all them, Martin Lawrence, don't even look or talk or act the same. Chris, whatever his name is, Tucker. They make you go to Epstein Island, do all this weird stuff, man. And they gone, they lost, man. But here it is, the Lord, the things that the Lord requires in love, He gave unto us so that we could spread it like light. So it's a beautiful, noble thing we in, man.
And if I may too, hate the evil, right? That actually provokes the Lord's. Scriptures say the Lord may be what?
The Lord of
gracious.
Come.
That provokes the Lord's grace. When you speak about the grace period, right? You hating. See, that was another snare Christianity threw out. We found out was a bunch of BS. Right? You love everybody. That's uncomfortable, man. Because it's imbalanced. If you ain't balanced, it's uncomfortable. I gotta love you for it, and I really hate you. So, by hating wickedness, that's like a release. I feel good. You hate this motherfucker, and you hate this world, but that provokes the grace of the Lord. The Lord says, you know what? He have a certain sympathy. He's sympathetic to my cause. See, he's in support of what's being proclaimed on behalf of the heavenly kingdom.
The ally.
Right, he's an ally. Yeah, yeah, that's beautiful. Yep, so we can get ready to close up. Let me run through them.
This is the book of St. Matthew 12 in verse 30. He that is not with me is against me, and he that gathereth not with me scattereth abroad.
Beautiful. Yep.
By me add, because either you're going to be with the Lord's side, and the part of being on the Lord's side, you have to hate. That's one of the emotions that the Lord have provoked upon us. We hate this place even enough more because we know what's going on, man. That's why niggas, they blind into the hate. They actually fall in love into a place that's really trying to kill you, man.
That's the blind leading the blind and falling in the pit. They said both died in the pit. Yeah, you got something? But we got to bring it up.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 8, verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
Yeah. And what's the fear of the Lord? There's knowledge. Yeah. That's the first steps of literally, because really, technically, you fear the Lord whether you know it or not in the carnal sense. Let's say an atheist, a fucking lightning strike, they're gonna run for cover. But that true fear of the Lord is this knowledge, because now really you awaken to the fact that there's a power that controls you. There's no other fear you can have than that. Out of everything you know, it ain't gonna provoke the fear we got because we know that, oh shit, this is someone that controls your thoughts. This is someone he can lead you into temptation. See, so that's the ultimate fear. Nobody can ever experience that type of fear unless you're exposed to this. That's why even your house outside, I tell you when you should fear. This one that pretty much can lay out your whole destiny. Yeah, come on out.
Pride.
Let's read it again from the top.
It's Proverbs chapter 8 and verse 13. The fear of the Lord is to hate evil.
Right, so when you know that, then by default you hate evil. Because it's against the will of Yahweh Shai. It's pretty much holding up the kingdom when you think about it. Because, right, that's why that word patience is often, associated with our walk. Because we got to patiently go through this BS. Watch another fucking presidential election play out, or some shit.
Yeah.
So by the you hate this shit, like, fuck them hell, man.
Another rerun of Good Times.
Right. Now they got the animated version.
Right.
Did you know that?
Oh,
yeah, the Netflix, they got the animated version of Good Times. So now they're really trying to keep Jake, bring Jake back to that. But, through animation, that's how they really get you. Right. The animation aspect softens the blow. So you see these different animations, they say certain shit. And it's all in good fun.
Exactly. Just a cartoon.
Right, just a cartoon, but really they
show you that they liked what they produced out of making the original.
Right.
They liked the nigga that came out of it was an effective tool.
Right.
So we gonna read.
It worked.
Yeah, it worked. They liked y'all good time loving niggas.
Right.
And so we gonna make a new age good time loving niggas.
Yeah.
We like that guy.
We got these niggas anime with the hats on, the fitty hats. Right, yeah.
Yeah, the Terry Cruzes of the world and them guys, they grew up on good time.
Right. Because that good time again is set up an invisible boundary. You have a dog behind a fence for so long, and then take that chain off, and then he's still confined. That's what good time was supposed to do, to make you know there's a limit. The strongest person in the house, James, can only get so far. Right, yeah. And you had to embrace that. And you had to say, well, hold up. If he made it, you almost deify somebody for getting a business job, a business office job. He wearing a suit. Oh, shit.
That's what make
gonna fuck you up.
Like putting the fish back in the ocean, but the fish used to the fish tank.
Right.
It still want it. Now I want the fish tank back.
That's true. That's beautiful. Beautiful.
Right.
And Jake, and as we were speaking, the scriptures coming out and make you think that Jake, the apostle Tahar used to say this all the time. Jake don't want to rule for real. You think about the 2/3 don't want to rule like that.
Yeah.
They ain't really interested in ruling and scepters and king crowns, and they ain't really interested in that lifestyle, man. They want the fish tank.
They certified with the crumbs.
Yeah.
And it's offensive to the point where now you even propose the idea, right?
Exactly.
It's offensive because they've been part of that for so long. My daddy struggled, you know what I mean? Now it's a sentimental, you know what I mean? Mama, and they take to, black and white, bitch humming an old Negro spiritual through the house. Right? Like they have a sympathy for that, man. My mama.
Right. Sunday morning.
Right, yeah. Yeah. And the organ, man, that's a demonic spirit, man. That's just a low place. Look, man, this is joyful over here. We got something to look forward to. That organ sounds like a funeral. And your grandma, and the motherfucker looked at that as like, pipe, that's righteousness in the kitchen. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? She flowed through the kitchen with this house. And she humming some old Negro spiritual. And you're like, now that's
gonna be alive.
Yeah.
That's living.
Yeah.
That's living.
Yeah.
That's living.
Yeah.
That's living.
what you call righteousness.
Yeah.
That's so far from grace. We have fallen. Man.
That's right.
And you know, hey, again, man, hey, like the Apostle Howard said, sometimes you gotta have fun with it, you know. But hey, man.
Sometimes folly it'll make you laugh.
Yeah.
Cry too.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what's crazy thing
Oh,
about
that's
folly.
it. Yeah, you laugh so hard that you cry, man.
And what the scripture say, bro?
Oh yeah, I always think
yeah.
about
Already
it.
at the end of our laughter.
Yeah, because after that you go look at an ad, you know.
Yeah. You know.
Hey, we tormented souls here in Babylon.
Right.
Yeah.
So sometimes the relief come out in different ways.
And because the word refers to as that bird, right? It was that Proverbs 1. The net is set in vain in the sight of any bird. A bird is not meant to be caged. Look at the radius, see how far a bird can go. So yeah, Jake, we was meant to soar our road. We was meant to get out there and expand throughout the universe. That's why, you know, we're gonna leave here by flight, you know.
Yeah.
As birds flying.
That's it, bro.
As birds flying. Yeah, that's it.
31 and that's it, 31 and 5.
Right. We coming out of this state by flight. That's somebody to the reign, you know, we're gonna have without limitations and Esau holding us back. It's restrictions. We at the point we got to use buzzwords. You got to say "eat" sometimes. You got to say, right? We are pressed on all fronts, so that's a part of the relief, you know. So, you know, we'll go ahead and end it right there. I know brothers got precepts, but you know we already ran a little. We'll be in here, like I said, man. Yeah, we pull up another tent. You come back. There's a map. The map of the first time present. Right. The journeys of Israel. So yeah, with that, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahushua, by Hashem, Rakakodash. Double honors to our teachers, the head apostles and elders, great millstone. Shalom to the fellow laborers out there. And as always, you believe it. To the next time, shalom.
Shalom.